No, I want one of his buggies.
Oh, not just the RC frame.
Yeah, no, not just the RC frame.
All right, well, that's a good place to bring us in. I'm going to hit the button. Let's frickin' go. What's up, guys? Welcome back to...
I thought I was bringing us in this time.
All right. Screw me.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Dirt Drive podcast. This time, Tim is here, and I'm still doing the intro.
Wow.
Suck it.
Suck it, homie. Tom can do an intro, and he didn't have to think about it too hard.
So the coffee's setting in finally.
You actually spent the last hour thinking about how you're going to do the intro, those 4 words.
My 3 p.m. coffee's working.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast.
Your second favorite podcast, the Dirt
8
Drive
words.
podcast.
No, it's the first one. It's my first favorite podcast. Mostly because I have to listen to every episode like 3 times.
Fair.
I don't get the analytics for it, though,
Oh,
because
no.
I have to listen to it before I post it.
Oh, no. You have to do your job.
This week, we were talking, before we started recording, which was actually, we were recording, just not being put in the episode.
ADD. As easy as
We were talking about custom chassis. And we're going to be talking about shop builds and our personal builds and our favorite vehicles. Custom chassis. Last week we talked about Ultra 4.
Yeah.
With chassis, we got to get the XJ into a cage so we can race Ultra 4.
Yeah.
I have the parts except for the brake booster. I need to fix it. I am motivated to fix it.
Whoa.
And I want
Whoa.
so mostly it's.
Do you still want the 8.8 then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So most of my motivation to fix it is I've been trying to do daily reels, and I'm realizing how little off-roading content I have on my phone for videos. And I'm like, that means we need to go off-roading. That means I need to get the XJ running.
Yeah.
So that way I continue the daily reels because we are doing good on reels and getting a lot of traction.
It's almost like that's what's trending for everybody right now is reels.
Correct. But I've got no off-roading content to publish because it's all been published.
Yeah.
Yay! An off-roading podcast that doesn't go off-roading.
But that's the irony is though we do.
We do.
We
a lot of my off-roading in the last year and a half has been soft-roading, and soft-roading is hard content to capture.
I'll even argue because I have this discussion with Travis all the time. We were in Moab for an entire week at this point, a year ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. Like, we did more wheeling in that week than most Jeepers do in their lifetime. Like, from a mileage standpoint.
Yeah. I will say that with the footage and, like, the content of it, out west all looks the same. Like going through the videos, I'm like, but this video,
figure out what trail is.
Yeah, I'm like this video looks like the video I posted yesterday because there's no trees, there's no unless you have like an arch or like a tower or a
would argue people out west would go, all the East Coast stuff looks the same. It's mud, rocks, and trees.
Fair,
which like it's because you know what mud, rocks, and trees those are, so you know what the trail
is.
But
being a proud East Coaster, I don't want to post red rock footage all the time.
Did you see my comment on somebody made it like you posted a reel and somebody was I think it was Jed was like Appalachia greater than the West Coast, and I was like real rocks are wet.
I
think that's I'm pretty sure that sticker is already in production because I said it to PJ and Freddie, and PJ was like I'm on it, and I'm like like I feel like that's a good one. I don't know what the
real rocks make me wet.
I make the rocks wet.
Yeah, you do because you overheat.
Just because Jeeps leak. That's another good one.
Another good one.
But yeah, no, it's because I just did 600 miles off road. Like we wheel. We're just really bad at capturing the content around our wheeling trips.
And the wheeling that we've done over the last year, other than Moab, is hard content to capture.
Yeah,
like because it's not a lot of it's not a lot of interesting stuff.
We have a lot of great still photos.
Yeah.
Which you could turn those into a reel, actually.
Kind of.
Just a little
if you're good at social media. I'm not.
Well, can't help you on that one.
That's why I did 2 Cletus posts in a row. I'm like, this is too much, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, it works.
But yeah, so that project is getting steam again.
Yeah.
The GX is just slow. I just need money. It's just expensive parts.
Everybody.
And things are being tariffed now, so expensive parts are getting expenses of our
except for the US made expensive parts, which are now the same price as the cheap Chinese crap.
Correct.
That's the irony of it. Yeah. I just had this conversation with somebody future past today, but like trying to figure out a bumper situation, and it's like, yeah, well,
do I get the Amazon one for $1,200 or do I get a good one for $1,200?
Which, and it's like, it was more like the Amazon one for like $1,800 or the
Jesus Christ
one for $2,500. Like, it's Toyota stuff. So
yeah. Hey, I'm a Toyota guy now.
Wearing your Jeepcables hat.
Yeah, didn't have
putting your Jeepcables kit on your Toyota.
Wearing my
even though they're ToyotaCables.com now.
They are ToyotaCables.com.
No, the nice thing is, like, I think from the XJ standpoint, like, there's not much you're gonna have to do.
It needs. I have the distributor position sensor, which is the camshaft position sensor.
Yeah.
I've got the crank position sensor, which are the only 2 sensors that go bad.
I'll argue the throttle position sensor goes bad on them. That's the other.
Yeah, I'll probably get one of those too. It's
some O2 sensors,
like $10. The O2 sensors are going to keep it from running.
Oh, are you still chasing the no start?
Yeah, I haven't touched it.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, so it's definitely for the no start.
Could
it's
just be
cam
bad battery.
It's the battery's fully charged.
Difference between a bad battery and a charged battery.
Yes, how many cells are charged?
And are any of them shorted? 4-liters do not like shorted cells. You can have 12 volts and it will still be very unhappy.
I'll come grab a spare battery from the shop and give it a damn it.
Shop.
How do you not have... when we were working in your garage, you had 100 batteries
still in my
around.
garage. So they're probably also all bad, but feel free to find one in the garage.
So it was pre-pandemic. When did you buy your new lawnmower? Like 2018?
18 or 19, yeah.
And you had just bought a new battery for it. New battery for your old one.
For the old one, yeah.
You just bought a new battery for it. I just replaced that battery last week.
Good for you.
That battery lasted from 2017. It had
that was like
08 2017.
That was like the cheapest Walmart battery I could find for a lawnmower.
It lasted 7 years, 8 years.
That's a good run.
It was wild.
For a lawnmower, that's a really well.
I turned it into AutoZone.
And you say that though, but the battery that's in my John Deere now is the original one.
Yeah, but it's a John Deere.
Yeah, but that thing sits for 3 months in the unheated garage all winter, and it fires right up every year.
Yeah, I turned the battery into AutoZone, and the guy's like, "Does that say 17?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was a good battery."
Yeah.
And then I looked at him. I'm like, "How old do you think my lawnmower is?" I go, "I guarantee my lawnmower is older than you are." He goes, "I was born in 05." I'm like, "My lawnmower is 2003."
05?
Yeah. Working at AutoZone. And he can drink. No, 04 you can drink. Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
But yeah, I'm like, my lawnmower's older than you are. Shut up, kid.
Shut up, kid.
I know the parts I
know
need.
more than you. Oh man, that's rough.
Project the GX is slow going.
Yeah.
The Jeep is my JK doesn't need much of anything. I did a front end rebuild on it. You're selling the YJ. Sold the YJ?
Parting
the YJ.
Part of the ADD build from Freddie and I may end up keeping the frame and a couple of the parts for that.
We need to talk about what this ADD build is.
Yeah.
Is that an off-air conversation?
No, I mean this will air late enough at this point. There may be some more traction involved with it.
Just don't say any company names. How about that?
Yeah. After being at AMW for a week, which will be another episode, that episode's probably out already. Anyway,
no, it's another episode. It's in the future.
I just want to put Hemis and everything.
Hemi Brothers.
So Holly makes a standalone kit for the Gen 3 Hemis. So you can basically do a Hemi swap like it's an LS swap now.
Yeah.
I've always had the idea of doing like
that's
this
honestly
style
probably
build.
because of Cleater, because Cleater's putting Hemis in everything.
Yeah. I've always, like the style build that Freddie and I are talking about doing. Like I've always wanted to do that kind of build anyway, and like it would be a stretched wheelbase kind of situation. So it's like,
are you keeping the body and the frame, or just the frame?
No, the body's kind of toast, and I do have a line on a new tub. So like doing it as a YJ base, I think is an easy one because I have it already, and everything else we can just build around it. So I'll probably just strip that thing down to the frame and sell off every part of it minus the frame, because the frame is already cut up and stretched, and the frame's useless to anybody if it was, unless you buy the whole project. So it'll be more financially beneficial to part it out, like,
because you have an entire garage full of YJ parts.
I just sorted through it. I scrapped a lot of stuff that was like the old parts that were on it. But yeah, I have like armor, I have side steps, I have you're taking the axle. I've got a set of used 40s to sell. The sport cage can go. Maybe I'll keep the sport.
Yeah, keep the sport cage.
I got to find out if the other tub has a cage in it or not. If it does it, then I'll keep the sport cage. But like, I'll probably keep the half doors and the seats for the new build. No, I probably won't keep the seats.
Yeah.
So the seats will probably get sold if you want those.
What are they?
Corbu. Baja RS reclining.
Yeah. Can they take it? They have harness slots, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect for the race Jeep. That's one less piece of safety equipment we have to buy.
They would not be race legal
because they're
reclining.
adjustable.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Freddie has a set of motorcrafts that aren't adjustable
that are coming out of his Jeep at some point. Yeah.
I don't know if they may also be adjustable. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But we also he could get us seats for the race Jeep.
Yeah. Part of our race program, our race team.
So yeah, I was also thinking about this if you're gonna take the rear axle, that front carrier should come out of that axle and go straight into yours.
Is it a high pinion?
I'm pretty sure the only difference is it's the central axle disconnect out of the YJ.
It shouldn't matter. The carrier should be fine.
If it's a high pinion,
as long as it's a high pinion, it should be fine.
We should be able to pull that out, put new pinion bearings on it, and just.
What's in it? 513s,
488s or 456.
I think the 410 might actually be better. I think it might be good to do a lower, like the 4-to-1 transfer case, but then keep the higher axle gear.
I would argue
maintain speed.
If it's 456 and we're going to run 35s, you're going to want the 456 over the 410s for the 35s. 488s would be a little too tall for 35s.
Yeah, and you're not worried about top speed too much in an XJ because it's an XJ.
Mostly because it's an XJ. But that because the JK is 488s and 35s, and it's going to be so much happier when it goes to 37s.
Yeah, I think the hardest part about, I'm not worried about the safety gear because we've got a guy that can build a cage. The safety gear is prescriptive. Yeah. It's a non-adjustable seat. It's harnesses. It's a
window net. Take the glass out.
It's a switch on the dash. A main battery kill switch on the dash.
Yeah, it's just making sure you check every box.
Yeah. The thing that's gonna be hard. I think the hardest part, and it's still not gonna be that hard. It's gonna be to find that 4-to-1 transfer case for the low crawling. Yeah. That's gonna be one of the most expensive parts. Is to find I guess we could do an Atlas, but I'd like to do the 241 OR is the TJ Rubicon.
I would argue it probably is worth it just to go straight to the Atlas.
Yeah, just the strength.
Yeah. But that's a whole
gonna be the single most expensive.
That and the axles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the axles are gonna be hateful. I think a 44 and a 9-inch.
Oh yeah, if we're gonna go junkyard, yeah.
But a junkyard is, I don't think you're going to abuse it that much that you actually need like a Spider Trax fabricated axle. I don't think that 4-liter can hurt it that much.
I see. I go back and forth with this, like specifically from a race car standpoint, because I'm with you. Like a
4-liter, my 4-liter has a hard time hurting a high pinion data 30.
Not necessarily the 4-liter. It's the pace at which you're running the trail.
I'm also a small tire currently.
Right. So like by the time you go to a 35 and you start trying to run race pace on rocks.
But the Spider Trax is just a 9-inch. I guess you can get the 10.5-inch fabricated, the 10.5 drop-in center section.
But they're all fabricated. The housing is the weak point. It's not the ring and pinion. I mean, yeah, there are weak points in it, but like from a fabricated axle standpoint, like that housing is so much stronger than the cast and plug. Like there are plenty of things we can do to the stock axles to strengthen.
I think that's where we would start is get the 9-inch and the 44.
Personally, I would run what's in it. I would just beef up as much as we can what you have already.
Blow it up at Roush Creek.
Right. And blow it up in the first race and
be disappointed.
And like just figure out how easily it blew up, right? Like if we finish that first race, like cool, yeah, we'd probably go 44 and a 9-inch.
Yeah.
I think I do agree with the concept that tons are probably too heavy, especially for 46. There's a part of me that just wants to like junkyard a 2-door JL and fucking
but we're already there with the XJ.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. I think we from a proof of concept standpoint, we gotta get a few races in.
Start with garbage and then work your way up.
Yeah. That way we can be like, look, we actually do kind of have an idea of what we're doing. Please pay us money.
Please pay us monies, please. Or we also have a podcast and social media that's not that good.
And people who like us.
Not a lot. Do you like us? Drop it in the comments below. Please be nice.
Or don't. I just. Sorry. It's definitely an interesting conversation when you start looking at that stuff. I also kind of want to explore the portal route. Nothing stops us from putting portals on that XJ.
Monies, though. Monies. I don't think Steve's going to set up with a set of portals. Steve, Rock Lab Industries. Would you like to give us portals?
Been on the podcast. No, because like if the Broncos can run them.
Yeah, no, we could definitely run them.
There's
it's just the financial aspect of it. Are you really going to put $40,000 worth of portals under an XJ?
But yeah, I mean, if you want to win.
I don't think that's going to. I think West Coast, it'll make a difference. We could win the East Coast Series with the XJ.
Just think about it.
Currently,
think about it. It's the same concept as why people shave 14 bolts, right?
Yeah. Ground clearance,
right? So if your XJ is low center of gravity, right? So we actually say bring it down 2 inches in suspension, get more down travel, less up travel, and you run the portals on 35s, your chances of bottoming out on rocks and bending axles and
it takes I think a 33 on portals is the same as a 40.
Yeah. That's not like I mean, I get the money side of it, right? Like the only guys that have the money in 4600 to run portals are the factory supported Broncos, which is why they're the ones running portals. I still think I still argue, and this is no shot at Bailey or any of the other Bronco guys, that they need to split the 46 class.
Yeah.
Make it competitive. There needs to be a 40 there needs to be a 46 Pro class.
Yeah.
And I would argue all of the classes could benefit from let me rephrase that. The EMC classes, so 46, 45, 48, there would be a serious benefit to split EMC and keep 46, 45, and 48 as everyman challenge, and then 46, 48, and 45 Pro.
Yeah.
Because there's not a dude in his backyard with an XJ that's ever gonna touch Lauren Healy.
Make it back to everyman.
Right.
So the everyman can actually compete.
Right. Like 44, unlimited. If you wanna garage build your 44 class, that's on you.
I'm looking at you, Kevin Jones.
Yeah. Well, he's 40. He's technically his car's a 48. His first car that he's building.
Yes, his first car, but his other car that he rolled because the steering wheel fell off was
and the only reason
IFS,
that's
IRS.
Yeah, the only reason that was 44 is because it's IFS.
Yeah.
Well, I guess IRS too, but yeah, it's like I think it's an interesting case study in the 44 realm because if you have the budget to build like even a basic 44 car, you have a chance to win that race.
Yeah.
I think
46 car. That 46 car.
No, in 44. I think if you because a 44 all right. Take an old Miller chassis, dual shocks, 40s, 500 horsepower. If you can survive and keep a good pace, there is a chance that the Gomez's, the Millers, the fun havers, whatever it is, like those guys can break out, crash out, blow up, whatever it is. Like that field is as spread out as it is. It's also condensed. Like look at hammers this year, where
it's like, so that's what you're saying is the story of Philip McGilton,
right?
Philip McGilton had a chassis based car till he started winning with that car,
right.
And then he bought the old Gomez car.
Right.
Now he's building a UTV based car for 44.
Right, but and like anybody, if you have the personal budget to get a tube chassis, put bypasses on it, have dual shock, like to build like whether it's IRS, IFS, solid axle, it doesn't matter. If you have the budget to go racing in 44, you have a chance to win that race. If you have the budget to go 46 with an XJ on 35s, you're never going to win that race.
At hammers. Regionally.
Yes. Yeah. I'm talking from yes, that's fair. I'll give you that. From a hammer standpoint, there is a chance for everybody in 40. Yeah, actually 44, I think across the board, that probably stands true.
Yeah.
I think from a hammers and even some of the short course stuff, like you're not going to compete with Bailey Cole in a Bronco on portals. It's just not going to happen.
The nice thing that we have though is those guys do not race
every race.
Central Coast and or Central and East Coast.
Right.
I mean, I guess they're going to be at Crandon and Crandon Central.
Right.
But they don't
the national events. Yeah. But yeah. Well, and that's a good point. Like in the sense that they're not running every race in 46, but like I think as the sport grows, like you're gonna need that from a growth standpoint of the guys that want to get into it like us with their beater XJs and whatever else, like they need to get that track time and that seat time to eventually go to 48, and then like if we get competitive at 48, like maybe we do go pro, right? Like I don't know where you draw the line as far as like pro versus amateur. Like I don't know if you do it like a Lemons thing.
How much time are you taking off work? I think that's the line.
Yeah, or like what your race budget is. Like I don't like do it like because like technically F1 like the teams have a budget, right? Like you can't spend more than X amount of dollars. So like to qualify for EMC, like your annual like your build can't be more than $50,000.
Yeah,
or something like because that keeps the fabricated housings and the portals and whatever ridiculous stuff you get in 46. And like if you want to dump $100,000 into your XJ, dump $100,000 into your XJ and go race pro.
Yeah,
like nothing stops you from doing that. But sorry about the kid. I don't know what he must be
having a good day,
having a real rough afternoon.
This gets a little off the topic from where we started the episode. So you've been talking about a Famverlander.
Oh yeah.
Are you still looking at buying back your original Famverlander?
Jeez Louise,
He stopped crying. Nope,
he's back. Yes and no. I mean, it's been talked about. We don't really know. There hasn't been like any like formal discussions on what it would be. I don't. Somebody's cereal must have spilled or something. I don't know what's going on up there, but it doesn't sound good. Oh, geez, now the dog's getting involved. We may have to pause this. I may have to.
That's fine. Go take care of your family.
So yeah,
Junior.
Famverlanders.
So you're not gonna buy your Famverlander back? What are you looking at me for, kid? You want to tussle?
Yeah.
He goes, no, I don't want to tussle.
Give him the look. Yeah. Do you hear the voices? Is it throwing you off a little
bit? Are there voices in your head?
How do we sound? Check. Yeah.
He's like, whoa, this is weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's not official one way or the other yet, but
it's still a deal on the table.
Yeah. I mean, the potential's there. I've always liked the WK2 platform.
Yeah.
There is enough support in the aftermarket that like I feel like it would be worthwhile. I know the 3.6 too well, so like it kind of becomes hard to
probably put a Hemi in it too.
You can get them with the Hemi.
Oh, so you can definitely Hemi swap it.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. Like there's part of me that was like, if a good deal on a Hemi Trailhawk came around, like I'd be all about that. But I'll also buy mine back with a 3.6 because I can keep that 3.6 running
forever.
Yeah. It won't be cheap, but you know, still possibility.
Yeah.
Plus that one, like I know the history of that one.
So what would if you couldn't buy that one, this is the topic where you wanted to get into originally. What would your goal Fanverlander be?
Oh yeah, I mean like if budget wasn't a question, I'm going straight to the Lexus dealer, which
Dude, they're so nice.
I never in my life thought I would own it.
I never thought I would own a Lexus either, but guess what? My second favorite vehicle I've ever owned is.
Here's where I'm not like, yes, it's a Lexus, but buying a 20-year-old Lexus versus buying a new Lexus are two very different
I know,
things.
but like
you bought a 4Runner.
That's still the sentiment is like I bought a 4Runner with luxury options that I had a 2014 Silverado.
Right.
My GX 470 has more options than my 14 Silverado LTD
my 88
leather.
BMW has more options than my 08 Honda Civic.
Yeah, but my 14 Silverado was the optioned out Silverado.
Right.
Heated seats.
Sure.
CarPlay, like my GX 470 has more options and more luxury than my 14 Silverado did. Yeah. Like other than my Duramax, my Lexus is my favorite vehicle I've ever owned.
That's fair.
For like comfort levels and like capability levels.
Well, and that's
I like it's multiplied with the new GX 550.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they're not even anywhere near the same vehicle.
Yeah.
But I get the sentiment. Like I don't know if it's just the getting older part or if like I'm just spoiled because I get to play with everybody else's cars, but like I've definitely hit the point where the JK has its purpose and it is not load your family up for the weekend.
My JK, so we've talked about it. My JK
you have the luxury JK.
Like my luxury JK is not luxury.
Right.
That's like the boys call up, hey, we're going to go hit the National Forest this weekend. I'm like, hey, wife, do you want to come with, or hey, wife, do you want to come with me? No, me and the kid are staying home. I'm taking the Jeep.
Yeah.
If she says, yes, we're going to go with you, Lexus every day of the week. Yeah. But like the Jeep is just nice because it's small. It can do the things.
Yep.
But like the Lexus can do the same things kind of, and it's just more comfortable.
Yeah.
And like I said, the multiplication table doesn't exist between 2005 and 2020.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean I have that one in the shop. Besides being just an absolutely beautiful car, like it's pretty well put together.
Come down and in a little bit. Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily. My only hesitation with the Lexus side of it is it does have the KDSS and the full active suspension.
Is that not an option anymore? That's built into every one of them.
I don't know. Like that's like.
I feel like
this one was a premium, like the GX550 premium.
I feel like they've got the KDSS really isn't a limiting factor because they make lifts around it.
Yeah, but it does affect down travel quite a bit. So like I think that my struggle with going that far into the luxury category for even soft roading is there's still going to be that mechanical limitation. Like,
yeah, but it's soft roading, so there's not a huge
but
inconvenience there.
I don't trust myself to not end up in a sticky situation.
So for me, I know if the Lexus is going out, I've got the wife, I've got the kid. She will limit. There you go, buddy. She will limit me on the tomfoolery. So I'm not worried about the vehicle limiting me. I'm worried about my wife being like, hey, you shouldn't do that with me and the baby in the car. This is not going to be fun when you get stuck. I'm like, that's a good point. I'll take the bypass.
What do you think, bud?
Oh. What are you doing?
No.
So that's why I come in with that. And like when the wife and the baby don't want to join you in a week, you just take the Jeep out, and then you can do the tomfoolery. Yeah. And then if the wife want to partake in tomfoolery, you put the Jeep on the trailer.
Fair. I don't disagree with the concept, but can I have my microphone back, please? We can share it. Can I have it back, please? Yeah. Can you say hi to Uncle Tim and the rest of the people on the internet? Wait, are you just trying to eat it? You are.
Wait, are you telling your kid to talk to people on the internet? We were told the opposite when we were children.
Yeah, well, I don't know what is his generation. Anyway, yeah, and that's like the same reason I want the WK2. Like,
yeah,
is for those exact reasons. I struggle. I was using that.
You're famous, Tommy.
Are you hungry?
I am, yeah, actually.
Are you hungry? You've been all shy. You know words.
What do you think, Tommy? You can be a podcaster?
What kind of car do you like? No, we got nothing from you right now. You were just enamored with the green fuzzy ball. But yeah, there's definitely, I don't know. If I were going to the dealer, I don't know if I would actually splurge on the Lexus versus the Land Cruiser. I think like if I'm going to buy a brand new soft roader, it's one of those two.
I've driven neither. I've heard that the Land Cruiser doesn't live up to the name because it is so underpowered.
The same drivetrain.
It's only available in the 4-cylinder hybrid. The GX is available in the V6, which makes all of the power all of the time. The 4-cylinder hybrid is very much.
I thought they were all the iForce Max.
No, the Land Cruisers, the Lexus.
These are important factors that I was not considering.
If you're a Toyota boy like me, you'd know.
I'm not a Toyota boy like you. I'm poor.
I'm also poor.
Because of you.
Yeah, no. So the GX is only available in the 6-cylinder. The Land Cruiser is only available in the IMAX 4-cylinder hybrid.
Yeah.
So that's why people buying them, you're not going to see the Land Cruisers off-road as much because they're not nearly as powerful and as capable as the GXs.
Yeah, I mean that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, because why would you sell the luxury one with all the power?
Well, it also probably weighs like an extra 1,000 pounds because of the luxury
stuff. Yeah, you also have 2 inches taken out of the tray, out of the trunk for battery space. So
on the
Land Cruiser, because you open it's not a deck lid. You open the back hatch, and from where the bottom of the hatch is to the bottom of the floor is a 2-inch rise.
Yeah. Does this sound like completely ridiculous?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of this.
You'll be all right. I think everyone will understand what's happening.
Yes. And at some point, we'll have a little boy sitting there and a little girl sitting here.
You guys can just.
It'll be the baby drive podcast.
Yeah, that's an interesting point that I was not considering.
Yeah. So it's worth the extra few, and you're also
does the Lexus have a locker?
It's got a center locking differential, and it might come with limited slips. I haven't looked that far into
the new. Should have done that before we recorded this episode.
That's all right. You said you wanted to talk about. I think your idea was to have it pulled up on your phone and talk about it.
That's.
But then
my hands are a little busy.
You got baby dutied.
Yeah. If you want to pull it up and we can inform the people, since
people
we're media and that's what's our jobs.
I gotta head out of here in 5 minutes. No. Not even. So I may just. We had a lot of good Ultra 4 stuff. So I may just loop this one into the Ultra 4 episode.
Okay. To be determined.
Next week.
You guys will find out the answer.
Yeah.
If there's 2 intros to the episode you're listening to.
There won't be 2 intros. I'll actually edit it.
Okay. Well, DirtNerdsOffroad.com.
Yep. Adios.
Say bye to the
Tommy,
people.
You're cute.
Say bye to the
Tommy, I am your father.
You want to say anything?